I get asked the question about my coffee journey all the time, and truthfully, it started kind of when I was born, because being of Italian extraction, we had a coffee ritual ceremony on the hour, every hour pretty much. However, when I started selling coffee and getting involved in cafes, I was 21 years old. But my true understanding of coffee is more than a commodity and something to be revered and worshipped was probably 11 years ago with St Ali, when I realised that coffee, like wine, had a provenance, and we needed to celebrate the subtle characteristics of single estate, single origin, micro lot coffees, and that we were guardians and custodians of the farmers' work and their toil. And so for me, being at the forefront of that movement is probably my career highlight. The Australian cafe culture is very specific. You know, even in America today, you know, there are great coffee houses that do coffee. That's it. But the whole idea of a holistic food and beverage offering with a DNA and great anchor of coffee with food to match, that's a very Australian concept, and we've pioneered it. So the cafe culture is exactly that. When the GFC hit and there was some tightening of the bout, people could still go out for breakfast. And so that's when you saw the hybrid cafe, restaurant cafe movement happen, and you started getting restaurant quality offering for breakfast in a cafe. St Ali's it's my child, and it's my favorite venue that I own, and it's the one that I call home. It's my spiritual home. And there's no, as you probably noticed, there's no branding, there's no signage. We're the only venue in a laneway. There's no other reason to come here. So it's a genuinely destinational venue. We're a source, roast, supply. We source coffee from around about 21 origins around the world, and then we roast, and then we sell, and we make green things brown and make them yummy. I hope we are the go-to place for baristas who want to learn the trade, and all our guys are put through an 8-module course that we've developed at our head roastery. And before they do any work on the bar whatsoever, they've done 100 hours of training in our roastery. And many of them go on to open their own cafes, which is exactly the kind of love we want to spread. I've had the fortune of working on a number of machines, and when I started playing around with the Oracle, one of my concerns was that it would not have the pressure to cope with a dinner party service. But with the introduction of the dual boiler, it's meant that it's maintained the pressure so that I can steam and make espresso at the same time. There are lots of things about that machine that seemed to me that were informed from commercial practices. The coffee we're going to make, which is what St Ali's, we refer to it as the magic. And it's been a decade since I've poured some latte up. Let's see how I go. The magic is a double espresso in a 6-ounce cup, so essentially it's less liquid. So at St Ali, we preach coffee made perfect, and on all our bags of coffee, we have a recipe, and it tells you exactly how many grams in and how many grams out you expect. So that's a recipe, so it's easier to follow, and these recipes are put together by our guys in the lab in our roastery. And the good thing about this grinder is that it's so easy to use in terms of the actual grind dose and grind time. So in this case, I've preset the grinder to 18.2, and pretty much this is what I do. And then read the paper. Give a little gentle tap, a little inbuilt tamper here. Make sure there's no grimes on the group head. And the great thing is, because I've got a dual boiler system here, I can make my espresso at the same time as texturizing my milk. And texturing milk's all about it making silky, creamy, smooth milk. So you can paint a little picture on your espresso base. Get a little bit of a purge before I start. Starting with Demeter certified biodynamic unhomogenized milk. Make sure it's spinning. A bit like a disc jockey. Almost there. Here we go. What you notice as well is that the machine is consistently at 93 degrees. That's because of the dual boiler system, so we haven't lost any pressure up here. It's like racing a car knowing you're driving the best. Wish me luck, here we go. Delicious brown rim the whole way. Little taste.
chocolates and caramel. It's great.